Welcome, Kelly, to the Kitsune Network. It's a pleasure to have you. How have you been?
Oh my God, thank you for having me. I've been really good, you know. I used to live in Chicago, so like seeing all the snow there, I'm like, I'm so happy that I'm warm in Los Angeles. But I feel really bad for everybody who has all the snow. But I've been good. I've been good. How have you been?
Windy, cold. So yeah.
Yeah, it has definitely been windy here.
A lot of fans are anticipating this interview because of your role in the video game series GENSHIN Impact. But before we speak about your role as Ember in GENSHIN Impact, let's speak about your origin stories and tell us how you got into the voiceover industry.
Oh man, so I got into voiceover kind of. I don't know. I think it's a little weird way, but I actually have a musical theater background. So I went to a high school and a college where I studied musical theater. I have a V.A. in musical theater, and so when I got out of school, I was living in Chicago, and I actually developed vocal nodules, and I couldn't speak for a while. And so when I was recovering from that, when I couldn't speak, I took some like writing classes at Second City, and then when I could speak but I couldn't sing, I was like, well, I still want to do something while I'm recovering, so I guess I'll take some voiceover classes. So I signed up for voiceover classes while I was still injured but recovering, and made a demo, got an agent, and then started doing voiceover in Chicago.
Can you elaborate as to what type of injury is that that prevented you from talking and then singing and then vice versa? I mean,
Yeah, so vocal nodes, whenever I say that, people are like, oh, like Pitch Perfect? So if you've seen Pitch Perfect,
that's where my went.
you know what? So I actually watched Pitch Perfect because so many people kept asking me that. And I was like, I've never seen Pitch Perfect. I don't know. So then I ended up, watching them, and I was like, oh, okay. So when people ask, that's kind of the easiest thing to say. So what happens is when you have vocal nodules, it means that you have calluses on your vocal folds. And you know how you make noise, your vocal folds vibrate. And so if you have calluses on your vocal folds, they can't vibrate correctly. So you end up just injuring yourself more. So that's what happened to me. So I injured my vocal folds themselves, and then it actually took a long time to recover. It took me years to recover. But I was really happy that I had voiceover because I'd only had musical theater before, and so not having that, I got to kind of cling on to something else, and then I just fell in love with voiceover because it's so much fun.
Did you feel that you got your 100% voice back? Is that, or was it permanently damaged?
No, it wasn't permanently damaged, thank goodness. And I also didn't have surgery. A lot of people, like Julie Andrews and Adele, they have surgery on their vocal folds. I did not. I just went through vocal therapy and singing therapy and speech therapy and all of the therapies. And I kind of took time off of musical theater and singing. And I just worked really hard, and now I'm 100% back. But it took years, and it was a really painful experience, not just like physically in my throat, but like it was an emotionally taxing experience too.
So I see by your IMDb credits that you have some live action credits on there. Can you elaborate on that?
Oh man, honestly, I'm gonna have to go to my IMDb because I have no idea what's on there. Oh, I see. Yeah, so some of these things are actually like shorts that I did in college. When I graduated college, I had a degree in musical theater, but there's only so much theater that you can do. So I was also trying to do some on-camera things. So I did some commercials there and like short independent films and things like that.
That was amazing.
And I think that's what is on my IMDb for on-camera stuff.
What was your first voiceover gig?
Oh man, I kind of have two. So like my very first one, I think these were at the same time, was my friend's husband worked for a company, and they were doing a product video. And they asked if I would do it, and I was like, I haven't done any voiceover before, so like, yeah, sure. So I did a product video for them, and then my first paying voiceover gig was with one of my mom's friends back home. He has a marketing company, and I actually got to do a commercial for one of my hometown attractions. I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I did a commercial for this attraction called the Incline Railway. So it's like things that like tourists go on, and I lived there for almost 15 years, and I've never actually been on the Incline Railway. But that was like the first, yeah, that was the first thing I got to do. And then it was cool because actually last year he contacted me, and I ended up doing like the full narration for the entire attraction, like not just the commercial. So, you know, I don't know how many years, 6, 7 years later, it was like, oh my goodness, this is so exciting now. So it's cool that I've like had a client for that long. So yeah, those were my first, like one was unpaid, just to get experience. Then that was my first paid one, and they were around the same time.
What was your first anime voiceover, or have you done any voiceover in anime?
Actually, I just booked my first anime, and it's out. It's D4DJ.
No way.
Yeah. So I got that audition. It was super fun. I'm a few like minor characters, so like I'm like cafe staff and like a student, but like I have never voiced any anime. So when I booked it, I was like, oh! So that
I love D4DJ.
Yeah. Oh my god. I watched the. I think at the time only like the first 3 episodes were up. So like one Saturday, I just like pulled it up, and my husband and I watched it on YouTube, and I was like, this is so cool and fun. And so we had a really good time watching that. But it was really cool because like, oh, this is my first time booking any anime, so like, and I really love the show. It's so cute, and everyone is, you know, so talented on it, and I'm just like, oh, I'm on it too. Oh my god, it's like it's mind blowing. It really is.
Yeah, it is done by a very, very popular production studio called Bangs Entertainment, which I love and so dear in my heart. I love that studio.
Yeah, I just started working with that with Bang Zoom just last year. It was, I think it was actually one of my like 2020 goals. I was like work with Bang Zoom, and I finally did on a few projects. They are also the ones who cast me on Disgaea 6, and I'm working on another project that I don't think I can talk about with them right now. So that's like
NDAs.
Exactly.
For those who don't know what those are, it's non-disclosure agreements.
Yes, and they are very strict about those. But they've been so wonderful to work with this past year, especially, you know, during this past year and the pandemic and working from home and everything. Like they've been really, really wonderful people to work with.
So aside from Genshin Impact and Disgaea, where else can we hear your voice? And of course, D4DJ.
Yeah.
Which is an exclusive because that I didn't know.
Yeah. So I play Clara Cantard in Miraculous Ladybug, so that's been really fun to do. And I'm actually on a podcast that I think is going to be released this spring or early summer. It's called Lost City Prince. It's adapted from the Little Prince. So I just recorded that actually with some guys that I know that I went to college with in Chicago that live out here now. So I just recorded for that. I did that Alaska Airlines commercial recently where they parodied Safety Dance. So that was really fun. I think it's on like a bunch of YouTube videos like before your video actually plays. So that was really fun. And then I also voiced HelloFresh commercials. I think more in like the Northwest region. So yeah, those are some places, and that there are some projects that I can't talk about that I'm like, but like that's right now some of the places where you can hear me. Oh, the Shadowverse, the video game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I voiced Folia in Shadowverse, which was also super fun. It's funny, like all these video games, I hadn't really worked on video games before this, and then like all 3 of them were announced at the same time, and I was like, whoa! So that like that was really cool. And then people, you're in this. I was like, I guess so. Like it's not like I recorded all of them at the same time, but they like.
But it's fun though.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Fun.
It is. It's super fun.
So you said you worked with in Miraculous Ladybug, so you got to work with Ezra.
Yes. I got to work with Ezra. I actually used to work at the dubbing studio where Miraculous Ladybug is recording.
Dubbing Brothers.
Yeah, so I used to work at Dubbing Brothers.
Wait, the front desk?
Yes, I did work front desk.
No way. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, why you wanna-
I remember going. Yeah, I remember going there for
Yeah.
for just a small area, not a session.
Uh-huh.
I remember that, and then I remember. Yeah, I don't know if it was you, but I remember being a lady there,
Yeah.
brunette hair or blonde. I don't really remember. I'm
Uh-huh.
not sure if it was you. It was a. Oh, this is a long time ago. We're talking about 2018, maybe.
Yeah, I worked there in 2018. That's fun. There were two receptionists, so it might have been me. It might have been the other one, who's also lovely. That's really funny though. I came in as the the temporary production coordinator because one of my friends was the production coordinator, and then she booked a can project in Alaska, which is exactly what it sounds like. And so like I just took over for a few months, and then when she came back, they were like, "Oh, we have an opening," and I had just moved to Los Angeles, and I didn't really know anyone in the voiceover industry, so I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll work at the front desk and meet people," and I met so many people working there. Like I had a good time working there. And Ezra is so nice. He's just really nice and really funny, and I love him.
For those who don't know, Ezra is the voice director for the Miraculous Ladybug series and countless other series that you guys probably already have seen.
Yeah, it's. I think the last miraculous session that I had, it was a while ago, but I had to say some French words, and like I am the worst when it comes to French, and so like I like was reading my lines like before, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this, and then I get in, and like my mouth wouldn't work, and I was like, oh my god, can't pronounce the French, and Esther was just like, it's okay, and I was like, well, it is what it is. Sometimes your mouth just doesn't work. And then I like watched the episode, and I was like, oh my god, I spent like 20 minutes on that one line, like, and I was like, just Ezra, please don't hate me. Oh my god.
So moving on to Disgaea 6, what do you like playing about your character, Melody?
Melodia is.
Melodia, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. She is hilarious. Like she, I know the game's not out yet, but like she's hilarious, and honestly like top characters that I've ever played. She one of the first pieces of direction that I got. I think, but even before I started recording, like even before I opened my mouth, the director was like, "So imagine like an annoying Disney princess," and I was like, "Oh, just like so like just me? Okay, I can do that." Like, so she's just so fun, and like I really love her like character arc throughout the game, and I can't wait till it comes out so I can kind of talk about it a little bit more. But she's just hilarious in everything she does, and she sings a lot. She's just like la la la, and it's just, I was like, this is making my heart so happy. So I got to sing like a lot of the lines, and they were like, "Can you like be a little more annoying?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I can definitely be annoying." I think when it was announced, I think I'm honestly not on Twitter a lot, but I think someone on Twitter was like, "Well, I hope she's not like the annoying character," and I was like,
You're like, oh boy, if you only knew.
"I might be, but enjoy." Yeah, but I love her, and I really can't wait until it comes out.
If you hadn't voiced in the anime, what kind of type of character would you have wanted to voice?
Oh my god, I would love to voice. I think two kinds. I would like to voice like a stuck-up bratty character, because that would be really fun. Like, you can't come into my store because my daddy said so, like that kind of stuff. Or like a really like sulky and like, I'm gonna get you later tonight, whatever. I think like doing a villain would be really fun because I think when people hear my voice, I feel like I'm kind of typecast as the like young girl princessy something something something. But like I'd love to be like a badass villain that like people hate. I don't know. What I love about anime too is that it's like the perfect place to explore these really big characters and personalities, and that's what I really love about character work. And I think the types of characters that are open to people now are are just that. They're more open, you know. Like I never thought that I would voice like a boy character. Now I like do like boy voices, you know, like not like male voices like men, but like little kid voices. Or that's also what I love about voiceover is that like I would never be cast as, you know, an old lady on camera, but I could like, you know, do that in my voice and like voice like a character that is, you know, a green unicorn that doesn't exist in on camera. Like there are so many, there are just so many opportunities to have fun and most of all like be yourself in voiceover, or do what you're good at, or do things that maybe you're not good at but you're trying to do. Like I don't know, I just think there's so many opportunities for that.
So finally, moving on to Genshin Impact. Yay! I've been playing that game nonstop. Well, I actually have stopped because I have a lot of things to do. But if I could play nonstop, I would be here to like 2, 3 a.m. playing it on my phone until my phone died. Wow, this game has gone to be a worldwide phenomenon. How do you feel being Amber in that game?
Oh my goodness. First of all, I didn't know that it was gonna be this big thing, which might sound a little silly, but I don't really play video games, but I'm trying. I really am. For Valentine's Day, my gift to my husband was playing video games with him. So I want to play video games. I'm honestly just terrible. I am terrible at video games. So I didn't know that it was going to turn into this, you know, big thing. And then once it was announced, it was like, whoa, oh my goodness, this is like way bigger than I thought. But I love voicing Amber. Like, it's funny. Sometimes you get auditions and you're like, this is my character. Like, this is, I'm going to book this, you know? And I remember getting the audition for Amber from my agent, and a lot of the time I'll like overthink auditions and I'll spend way too much time, and you know, but this one I got it and I was like, oh, this is her voice. At least that's what I think it is. Like, this is who I think Amber is, and you know, here are your lines, and there you go. Like, if I don't book it, fine, but like this is what Amber sounds like hands down. And I'm just glad that the director and the creators also thought that's what she sounded like too.
Who was the director for this project?
Chris Fiala.
Chris Fiala, of course. Yes.
Yeah, he is fabulous. He's a great dude. I'm also like really grateful to call him a friend. Like he's really awesome.
So when you got the role of Amber, when they send you the role to audition for Amber, they gave you a not only a script but a description of the character, background information on the character.
If I remember correctly, like not a lot, because I obviously, like looking back now, I think they were trying to keep this game under wraps for a long time. I don't think they gave a lot, because I think maybe the first line was like, I'm Amber, the gliding champion of Mondstadt, and then like that tells me who she is, so I'm like, oh, okay, like that's what I get. So a lot of times we're not given a lot of information. I think that was the only role I auditioned for in Genshin as well. I don't think I was sent any other ones.
Can you relate your experience on voicing Amber?
So after the audition, it was a while. It was like months. I was like, oh, I didn't book it. All right, moving on. And then I got a call back for it, and so I went into, this is obviously all like pre-pandemic. I went into the studio. That's where I met Chris for the first time, and the callback lines were the same as the audition lines. And so Chris was really great. He's like, you know, they loved your voice. They just, you know, want to like for sure triple check, you know, that you are Amber. And I went in. Chris directed me a little bit, which was awesome. So he helped me. Like I had the physical voice, you know, but he helped me find like her motivations and the little quirks about her personality. But again, it was just those same like 4 or 5 lines. So then after I booked it, going in and working with Chris, like, and really finding her personality, and like she's so fun and she's so like helpful and nice and like eager, and
full of energy, I'd say.
Sorry.
Full of energy, I'd say.
Oh yeah, like full of energy. Like I sometimes I'd come home from sessions and like I gotta take a nap. Like I'm tired. but, but yeah, it was cool doing that because you know, I don't get as just, you know, one character in the game, like I don't get the whole script. Like I don't get the whole I don't see the entire overview of what the game is, right? So Chris has to tell me all of that, or the director has to tell me and help me see it from the bigger picture. And that was just really cool to work on with him. And then once everything came out, I was like, oh my god, oh, this is cool. Like that's who Amber is in the game. Like that is her character's role, if you will. Like, and seeing how all the roles like come together and how they interact with each other. Because you get some insight from the lines, like if you're speaking to another character or they're speaking to you. But you know, we record one at a time. You know, we'll do like multiple scenes in a session. So sometimes it's like, wait, did I record that? I don't remember. Well, I guess like that's obviously my voice. Like I did it. So yeah. I really love voicing Amber, and like it's been really cool to like be a part of like the Genshin Impact community, which I've never like been a part of a kind of community like this. So it's been really really cool.
And this community has a huge fan base as well.
I have learned, yeah, like, tripled my like Twitter following, and I'm never on Twitter. I'm like, oh wow. Like that was a surprise.
So can you say you can relate to Amber?
Yeah, I think I can relate to Amber. I think it's funny. Like I really love her as a character. She is like she's confident and she's kind, and when I think of Amber, I'm just like she's a total badass, you know? And I don't always think those things about myself. So like whenever I'm feeling down or like kind of, you know, off, I just remember like how badass Amber is, and I'm like, I am the voice of Amber, so like I must be some of those things too. And then, you know, I feel better. But yeah, Amber, I mean, she always tries to be really helpful. She works really hard. She's really loyal. She's proud of her achievements, but she also knows that there's more to learn, and she also loves food, which I love. I know that's really silly, but like there was I was recording in a session, and this line came up, and you know how your brain sometimes like completes sentences for you, even though like you don't read everything. So I think I was supposed to say something about like the sticky honey roast. But I'm from Tennessee, and a big thing there is like honey baked ham. It's like a store. It's also a thing you can buy, right? So like I'm like reading the line, and I was like something honey baked ham, and I'm like cool. So like, what's the next line? And they were like, what did you just say? And I was like, I said honey baked ham. Oh my god, sticky honey roast. Like it was just. It's really dumb. I was like, oh, I'm embarrassed, but
That's Amber's from Tennessee, apparently.
Yep, she got a little southern for a second. Came out. No, so I do love that she loves food. It's like a big motivating factor for her. Same for me. And I also really love that Amber has a Barron Bunny. Like when I first learned that, they're like, oh yeah, like this is part of her thing. Like sometimes she like, you know, throws out her Barron Bunny, and I was like, I have a sidekick? Like, oh my god. And actually I was on Chris's Discord a week or two ago, and they were talking about like a Barron Bunny plush, and I was like, I want one of those. Like, where I've looked for it, where can I find it? And I looked a while ago, and then somebody messaged me on Instagram, and they were like, oh, just so you know, like you can buy a plush over here. And I was like, I have to get a Barron Bunny plush.
Did you?
Oh, I'm going to. I sent the link to my husband, and I was like, Valentine's Day, and then he forgot. Although it was like this past weekend, so I definitely have plans to order it. But the first cosplay that I saw of Amber, I think was like the day after Halloween, and I was like, I could have been Amber, and my puppy could have been Barron Bunny. Like,
You could have been Amber for this interview.
yeah, I haven't given up on that idea yet. So I really love Amber. Like, and she also came into my life at a point where I think, I know this sounds dumb, like at a point where like I needed her too. So that was really cool. Being able to voice her and be like, all right, this is amazing. Let's, keep going.
Have you had time to play the game as Ember?
Okay, so I have to preface it with, I'm like a digital hoarder. I like to keep everything electronically, and my phone has been full for like 4 years. I'm the worst. My voicemail's always full. So I finally, like, one day I was like, I gotta delete everything. I have to play this game. So I deleted everything and I downloaded it, and I thought that's all I needed to do, but apparently it like updates a lot. So then I, whatever. So it's on my phone. I've tried to play it, but then it was like, you don't have enough storage space. So my husband has it on his phone, and we've played it on his phone. And when I say we've played it, I mean I've watched my husband play it, because I still don't know how to play any video games. I played Animal Crossing for the first time on Sunday, like 2 days ago. Like,
no way.
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
Oh, great. All I did was like get apples and like catch sea creatures, and I was just like, I'm gonna make you a bunch of money, to my husband, so I was playing on his account. I ended up playing like 3 hours of Animal Crossing, and I was like, look at all these sea creatures I got you. He was like, I haven't even caught those, and I was like, does this mean I'm good at Animal Crossing? So I've watched my husband play it. I've watched Chris and other people on his Discord play it. I have tried to play it unsuccessfully, and I will say too, like, we have a Switch, and I want to play it on the Switch, but it's not out on the Switch yet.
Not yet.
Well, right, but like, when is it coming out on the Switch? Because like, I hate looking at my phone too long, and it's like, it's a small thing. Like, I'd rather play it like on a bigger screen. So anyway, that's like my dirty secret. Like, I haven't played Amber yet, and I'm like really ashamed of it. Because I just don't want to play it on my phone. Like, I know.
I understand.
But like, I want to play it on the big screen, or at least like on my husband's Switch. So I'm kind of waiting for that to come out. But I don't know when it's gonna come out.
Well, I hear it's going to come out at the end of this year. That's what I've been hearing rumors about it. Nothing is confirmed, just to let you know, but I hear it might be in the development by the end of this year. I'm very excited by that, because I also have a Switch, and I want to play it.
Where do you play Genshin? Your phone?
My phone. I mean, I had the same problem as you, where I was just hoarding stuff, and I was like, you know what? Delete pictures from like 5 years ago. Delete.
Your phone's so small, and then your like fingers are like blocking half the screen. Like, okay, I'll give you an update like before this comes out. I'm gonna try to play it. I do have it on my phone, and I'm gonna, you can be like, edit. Kelly has now played Amber and Genshin Impact.
Moving away from your voice acting and acting career in general, what are some hobbies you enjoy doing?
Oh my goodness. Well, I've mentioned my puppy a few times. Yeah, so my
Oh,
puppy
let's meet him.
Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get him. I love him so much. So, this is my puppy Robin. Yeah, he's sleeping now. He finally fell asleep. So this is Robin. He's just turned 6 months old. So we've had him for 4 months, and he's the love of my life.
He's so cute.
So he's obviously been taking up time because we like to do everything together. He's my best friend, and so we go on a lot of walks. We go on hikes together. We play at the dog park together. Yeah, we just play. But he's my favorite. He will be my little Barron Bunny when that happens.
You should totally make him an outfit for the Barron Bunny. Like, actually have you right? Yeah, so when conventions open, you can take him along with you.
Exactly. Thank you. So yeah, he's the light of my life. But even before we got him, like, we love hiking. Like, I really love wine tasting. I'm really sad that I haven't been able to do that in like a year. I'm in a book club. Hello, where are you going? I'm in a book club. So we like read books every month and then talk about it. And I do yoga. I was a yoga instructor for 7 years. I guess I'm technically still a yoga instructor, but so I do some of that, not as much, but still a little bit of it. I really love cooking. I'm vegan, so I like exploring new vegan recipes, which has been really fun. And my husband and I are actually, this is our year of moving towards like minimalism. So we are in the process of like, it's going to take a while, but like I have thousands and thousands and thousands of sheets of sheet music. He's going to sleep. So I have so much music from my musical theater days. So we bought a scanner, and so like we're just scanning all of the paper, starting with sheet music and then moving on to voiceover stuff. Because I used to print all of my voiceover scripts and like write on them, and I have a lot of scripts from like old classes that I've taken. So gonna live that paper-free lifestyle, and that's been taking up a lot of time.
I can imagine.
Just really getting back to the things that I love doing. I feel like before the pandemic, I was just everywhere all the time, and I won't say this pandemic has obviously been terrible, but it's for me it's been a time of like a lot of reflection and like getting back to things that I love doing, which is sometimes it's just cooking a good meal, or hanging out, with a little puppy. Nothing flashy, nothing crazy, but just things that are nice and things that you can enjoy every day.
So we reached almost the end of the interview, but before you go, what are some tips and advice you can give to upcoming voice actors?
I think one of the biggest things is just keep going. I feel like getting into voiceover is a very long process. Like nothing happens overnight, and that includes voiceover. And some things that you might think that are your biggest flaws can end up being like your biggest assets. It's I had a teacher in college who told me that I would never be anything more than a Disney princess. And you know what? I'm like kind of an annoying princess in Disgaea 6. So like, yeah, great. Like that booked me work. Like, and it's in a really cool game and something that I'm really proud of. So, voices of all kinds are needed, and any voice can be in voiceover. So if that's something that you want to do, just keep going. And like voiceover, it's more than just saying words. Like at its core, it's acting. So like if you're looking to get into voiceover, like start with acting, because you especially if you want to do character work like animation, video games, you need to have your character's inspiration, their motivation, their fears, what makes them laugh. Like you need to discover their personality. A lot of it can be yours, but acting definitely is the core of character acting. So I don't know. And also, like, if you're waiting for a sign, like if you've been thinking about doing voiceover and you're like, oh, I'm going to wait for this, or I'll wait for a sign, like, this can be your sign. Like, go do it. Like, take a class, find a coach, even just, like, practice, like, your favorite stuff, like, really anything. And I think and maybe the biggest thing, not just voiceover specific, but it can be voiceover specific, is, like, just follow the things that bring you joy. And if that's something that other people think is cool, great. If it's not, also great. Just like find those things that bring you joy, not just sometimes, but in the everyday.
Can you provide us with the voice of the beloved Amber?
She might still be working. We should invite her for coffee. Let's go. Outrider Amber reporting for duty. Just say the word if you ever need my help. Agreed. Getting rest is essential. Let's meet here tomorrow then. See ya! Yay, Amber!
Any parting words to your fans watching this?
Just like thank you. This has been such humbling and eye-opening experience, and thank you, Crystal. Like, this has just been so fun, and like, I'm so happy to be a part of the community. Like, thank you for embracing me. Like, I wasn't, I really just wasn't in the video game community at all, and like, I'm so happy to be here now, you know. And really all I can just say is thank you, and like, I'm so glad that people love Genshin Impact. I'm so glad people love Amber, and I love that there's this supportive and curious and really wonderful community out there. So just really like, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, you guys, this has been Amber from Genshin Impact. Unfortunately, we've reached the end of the interview, but thank you so much, Kelly, for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Don't click away just yet, it's giveaway time. That's right, you have the chance to win an autographed print from Ember herself. All you have to do is comment your favorite line from Ember and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you'll automatically be entered to win this awesome autographed print alongside a Barron Bunny, a signed print, and a Barron Bunny plush. Doesn't seem like a bad deal to me. There'll be a total of 3 autographed winners, with the grand prize winner taking home a Barron Bunny plush. So subscribe to our channel and don't miss this exclusive giveaway. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll leave you guys with these awesome videos and interviews I know you'll love. And I'll see you guys next time.